Welcome to the Rural Reflections, Colin Dave podcast, co-hosted by my brother Dave Nelson in Carrington, North Dakota, and me, Grant Nelson, here at the studios of Thief River Falls Radio. Good morning there, birthday boy.
Good morning.
Post-birthday boy.
Yeah, it's over with. So, no, wait for 364 more days.
Was it a momentous occasion?
Well, I guess by the numbers it probably is, but it was a pretty regular birthday. We're getting together today for birthdays and Father's Day. We have a lot of June business to deal with. So.
Oh, that's right. It's Father's Day today too. Well, happy Father's Day. Are you going to have quite a few of the brood over?
Yeah, I think they'll all be here today.
That sounds good. So how are the farmers doing out there? We keep hearing on all the ag shows about prevented planting out in North Dakota. Is it pretty bad?
Yeah, there's going to be a lot.
Yeah.
Or there is a lot, I guess I should say. I think by and large, we're done planting now. We'll probably see a little bit more this week, but otherwise we're pretty much done, and people are getting lined up for their cover crops and all that right now. So it's going to be an interesting summer. We'll be spraying weeds and working up corn ground and seeding cover crops. And some people will be combining until we start combining.
I've heard of that, that people are combining. They're planning on maybe all summer long combining just to get it off and hopefully get something for it. I don't recall that ever happening where you're combining in June and July. Do you, or has that happened out there?
It hasn't happened here before. I mean, we've combined, little bits and stuff in the spring, but nothing like this. And there used to be nothing you could do that with. I mean, you could not possibly harvest wheat after it's been snowed on, and get anything out of it. But now we don't have much for wheat, but soybeans and corn, unless they get laid down, unusually hard by snow, they will stand during the winter, and you can still do something with them in the summer. As long as the cobs aren't touching the ground, it seems to be okay. I mean, I was just out in the cornfield here a week ago, and we could shell a cob, and I know if you were a real knowledgeable person about it, you could probably see the difference between, fall harvested corn and spring harvested corn. But boy, it's nice and bright yellow, and best part about it now is it's dry.
Nature provides a pretty good storage system in that husk, I think, sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But this might lead, possibly, I mean, it seems like ethanol is coming back a little bit, and maybe if there's prevented planting on what perhaps was going to be corn acres, maybe there'll be a little bit of a premium coming back to corn prices. Maybe that'll help bump it up a little bit.
Yeah, I hope it does something, because there is a good deal of corn in storage yet too, so maybe they can make a little money off of what they have stored, or that too.
That'd be good. Changing gears here, I've been going out, and I know what we talked about. I bought a brand new Farmall M. I think it was a 1949 or 1950, but it did have power steering added on. So I take it out every once in a while, go for a drive. It starts so nice. And I've had M's that have started nice and M's that have not started nice. This one does have the 12 volt on it, but I had 12 volt package on another M. It didn't make much of a difference. I always wonder if it's in the carburetor that the change is, or the difference is, or do you have any idea, Dave?
The M's were always pretty good starting, even if you had to crank one by hand, a couple cranks by hand, and they were usually running, at least when it was decent weather out. But it probably has a lot to do with whether it was a magneto, version. A lot of people converted magnetos. That didn't always work real well. So just kind of depends on the tuning of it and the condition of the engine, because, boy, a real typical M or H will start, very nicely. But
This one starts so nice. I just go out and take it for a little drive recreationally. You know, you were talking about magnetos. I remember going with you on a service call out in Carrington, and you set the magneto. I think it was on an M. That must have been 15 years ago.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've been on the M service calls, but you know, you still get. Unfortunately for me, I get all the questions about the old guy, or because I'm the old guy, you know.
Yeah.
So when there's an M or a H or something like that, they come looking for me.
Let's talk a little bit about, you and I always tend to go towards Farmall or International Harvester. Let's talk a little bit about memorabilia, and maybe not even just memorabilia that's made specifically to pull the heartstrings of those who love Farmall, but maybe the older stuff that's become memorabilia. And I think the one thing that always pops to my mind is the old International Harvester refrigerator.
Yeah, they're pretty hot property, actually. They're always being advertised, and a good number of them are advertised as working units, working refrigerators, working freezers and that. And there's always a chance for anybody that is a Friends addict. If you watch in the kitchen, the refrigerator in the kitchen is an International.
Must have been pretty well made. I mean, it's stood the test of time. I've seen some of them go back to original. They paint them just original and everything's just like that. And the ones I really like, though, are the ones that go after the International Harvester colors and really do them up nice.
Yeah, they do look nice. I like them, too. It would be real fun to have a cool one like that in your man cave, or a lot of these guys that are big International Harvester fans are ones always in their shop, you know. Yeah, they're pretty cool. There's a lot of them usually advertised in the marketplace for International Harvester and that kind of stuff. So
another International Harvester product didn't they have a hammer at one time?
I'm sure they had. I actually have a 3/4 inch drive International Harvester set of sockets. I mean, they had all kinds of tools. International Harvester built guns for World War II, I believe it would be. Maybe it was, I don't remember if it was World War I or World War II. I'm not that much of a gun expert, but a lot of people are looking for the International Harvester version of a rifle, you know, because it says International Harvester go down. And so, yeah, there's so much stuff out there, you know, cream separators. People have them for planters, and there's a lot of working cream separators around yet, you know, that I don't know that they can use them, but I mean, they're complete working condition yet, so.
You know, that drags me off into another tangent. Now, this isn't our Farmall or International Harvester. It's actually, I'm sure, John Deere, because it's Jerome Peters, but he's got a hit and miss engine that drives an ice cream maker that he brings to places and sells ice cream, you know, like a vendor does, but he uses a hit and miss engine.
Yeah, I know. I've seen that on Facebook, I guess. I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I'm sure that works great at you know, when he has one of his gatherings or any old machinery show, you know, people would go crazy over that. So,
yeah, because ice cream on a summer day is good, but ice cream on a summer day powered by a hit and miss engine, now that's pretty good stuff.
Well, you know, homemade alone is pretty darn good stuff. And then if you have a crowd that understands hit and miss engines and likes ice cream, you know, I'm sure you can't make enough.
It's a perfect combination. Doesn't matter what flavor it is, it's the perfect combination. Got anything else for us this week, Dave?
Oh, I guess just happy Father's Day to everybody, and hope you guys have a good week there.
Thanks, you too. Happy Father's Day and happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
You bet. There he is, my brother Dave, on our Rural Reflections Calling Dave podcast. Dave's over in Carrington, North Dakota. I'm here at the studios of Thief River Falls Radio.